rawhide rope turned blue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the calicos or statues, turn the light out and they're blue,
Yeah.
and the pigs were blue. And the sage I walked on was blue. And all over, away from the sage, was like water. I didn't see no
We figured out?
no ground.
Okay.
But
Duffy's
then
coming over.
after that lifted, all the plants turned fluorescent color.
Wow.
All the plants,
Yeah.
pretty color. And I was looking around, and they would kind of do this,
Mm-hmm. Some food
and I
here.
really, and I knew everything was
Some
alive,
here.
even the tree.
Mm-hmm.
But when the storm came, the tree was like this.
Mm-hmm.
It would hurt me. I would go, oh, like that, you know. And I was carrying my prayer cloth, and I prayed for everybody from the village of Bernie, up the creek, down the creek, Rabbit Town, people in Iceland, the people I knew
Mm-hmm.
by white names.
Yeah.
Then I came over this way on the road, ranchers, and then Bernie, and then back here, Lonebear, down toward Jimtown, Coaster, Busby, Kirby, and it took me a long time. And then when I quit praying, my uncle said, do not pass this altar. It's not good. And I got to worrying about it. And want to see the line, I would see it. And then after I got through praying, I started counting. Just, I didn't want to mess up. And each number, third time or fourth time, I always had a different number, never the same. And then that's when that human-sized owl came and lit in the back of the tree. He was sitting up there talking to me, and I could just about understand him. And then he threw a big rock at me, about that big. It bounced about 4 times, and it hit me on the heels. I stopped, and I could feel that rock. And I started praying again. And I got to thinking, I took my mind off of prayer. I have to pray. So I kept praying, and then I would check, see if the rock was there. I kicked my heels. It was there with me all night.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard this horse whinnying, and I thought it was my horse. Like it broke off of a tree branch, and he came, you could hear him running. And he came beside me, and he walked with me all night. You could see his head go, you know how they, and then when it changed, he'd come on this side. And then it was getting daylight, and you didn't see him no more. But in a person, or a buffalo, or a water buffalo, or hippopotamus, I heard it coming down on rocks like this here, gravel, way off. And I knew where the cliff was. And I said, how could I hear that far? But my uncle said, your sense of hearing is going to be broadened. And then I could hear him coming on the ground, boom, 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 running. And then the creek, the widest part of that creek is probably this way. And he come like a big lake. Took him a long time to cross that lake. Then he started up the hill, freaking jack pine. And then he ran behind me, stopped. My head was about that big. I had just got through doing a pipe offering. So I was going to do another one. He ran up behind me and he goes like that right here.
Mm-hmm.
And my head, boom. So I got on my knees, I started praying again, and I offered him the smoke. And then I got up, my head was like this. I started again. It lifted. I got over there and tried to look, I couldn't see him. And my uncle said, don't look anywhere but the tree where you're dying. But as I would come by, I would feel the rock. And as I got closer to my altar, my head got big again, you know. So I would smoke. And he finally backed off. I don't know how many times I smoked. But he stayed there with me all night. And then when they came and untied me, cut me off, it was so beautiful. There was another storm coming. There was 3 storms. It stopped right above me. Thunder stopped. And then I could see the daylight. And then I tried to look for that rock. I couldn't see it. But when I walked, I could feel it. I would hit it with my heels. And I got to thinking, it's still going to be there when my uncle comes. He came, there was about 4 of them that came. And they brought my horse up. So I jumped back on my horse bareback and I rode it back down. And people were luluing when I rode in. Went straight to the sweat lodge. And my meal was just now being cooked because of the rain.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't eat like I was supposed to. I ate about 11 o'clock. But I slept first. And then my mother lived a long time after that. And then when they stole the sacred hat, I done the pipe ceremony with the pipe that belongs on a teepee to help all the people. And when I left there in the evening, when I went to bed, that night when I went to sleep, an old man came to me. He said, my Indian name, he said, it's a good thing you did today. He said, I want you to keep it up.
How old were you?
I must have been, 30, maybe 32. He said, don't let up on your prayer. He said, you pray like this all the time. When you get up, eat breakfast, dinner, supper, all day if you have a chance to pray all day. He said, the reason I'm telling you this, people are going to be taken at random. He said, maybe your family, one of your family, one of your kids, maybe your wife. Last one, he said, maybe your mother. And my mother was one of them. That 1 week, 9 of them died. She was the last one.
Wow.
She had a heart attack.
9 members of your family died in a week.
My mother, 9 members of the Northern Cheyenne died in 1 week when that hat was stolen. And I forgot the number.
When was
There's
that?
a lot of deaths.
Was it
Oh, I
like in the
forgot. What?
80s somewhere?
Yeah,
I wasn't here, I was living in Missoula when that
Yeah.
happened. I heard about it. It was a really scary time for the tribe.
I'm just trying to, because I hear
And then I told
Yeah.
other people, and then the ones that stole it, I tried to tell them, because they invited me to another meeting to talk about it.
Was it
And
other
I-
Cheyenne people who stole it?
Yeah. And I told them again, and they started walking out the door one by one. And only 2 stayed. And when that happened again, there was 3, 4 suicides that night. A young man shot himself on the west side, and then another one shot himself on a divide. And then one of my relatives hung herself at the Coaster jail, a young lady. And then the 4th one I forgot. There was 9 of them that went within 2 weeks. And I told them, guys, don't ever talk about that hat. Leave it alone. I said, it's a gift that was given to us. I said, if you want it, get all the societies together. And now we've been getting society meetings, they won't even show up. And they all got sick, all of them. And the only ones that's still alive is Beaver, Francis, Charles the Old Man, and JoJo. Rest of them are gone.
But the society still exists, right? They're
Yeah,
still.
that's Kid Fox Society.
Oh.
And all the societies still exist.
Why did they steal the hat?
I don't know. Howard, I guess, I don't know. And I tried to go get it,
Really good.
they wouldn't give it to me.
That tip is really good. I think
But I heard later on they were gonna shoot me.
How did you first get
want some
interested
coffee or some water?
in Cheyenne Spiritways?
No, coffee
I
or
was raised that way.
coffee. You got coffee?
My grandmother was into it, she was a healer
And her name was,
through the Creator. Her name was Jenny. Braided hair. No, Jenny Black Crane, braided hair. No voice. She is a direct descendant from North Woman.
so you were raised with it.
Mm-hmm.
You lived, but you went away to school too.
Yeah.
When was that?
60, let's see.
And why did you go?
I was sent by my mother. She said, I want you to leave the house. I cannot raise all of you, there's 7 of you.
Mhm.
She said, you're old enough.
How old were you?
First, I stayed with, I was 11.
Okay.
I stayed with Yellow Fox family.